Hi, this is Mathias from Partisia Blockchain. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics of them all. It's digital identity. I want to talk a bit about how it works for Web3 normally, and also how our MPC technology can go in and enhance it. I also want to focus a bit on the subset of digital identity called self-sovereign identity, where the users they hold, store and manage the identity and data themselves at first. So normally when we think about digital identity, we explain it with three roles. So you have the issuer, the holder and the verifier. The issuer could, for example, be a government who issue a digital driver's license. It could be a KYC provider who issue a KYC claim. When they issue them, they come out in the form of a digital verifiable credential, also known as a VC. When they issue them, they normally establish a pairwise communication or some type of direct, secure protocol communication between the issuer and the holder, and then they create and issue and exchange these credentials. That means the information, the data, the identity comes directly to the user and it rests on their hardware at first. So this is in contrast to how it works normally still, and also in Web 2, where we have large companies, big corporations often, where our identity is stored, and it's a bit out of our control how it's managed and what it's actually used for example, for data monetization. So policies like GDPR has put a shape into this, but it's still largely managed in a Web 2 traditional way. So with Web3 self-sovereign identity, the users they own the data at first, and they can choose to present it and manage it as they please. So normally, when they want to present it, it's to a verifier. So for example, if you have a KYC claim, you might want to present it to a Web3 protocol in order to get whitelisted or to get onboarded. And there's really a lot of use cases here with KYC. It could also be to enter a metaverse. You can choose to present the whole credential, but then you will leak all your information. Then we have some privacy features in normal Web3 digital identity, which boils down to either its predicate, which is basically a CK proof, where you, for example, prove that I'm more than 20 years old or I earn more than a certain amount of money a year. Then we also have something called selective disclosure, which is where you pick and choose different pieces of that credential information to show, while the verifier can verify the integrity of the entire credential. And the way they verify it is that they verify the signatures. Sometimes these signatures are written by a DID, and that DID might rest on a blockchain or it might be in some trusted registry. So how do we enhance this with MPC, with our groundbreaking technology that we run on Partisia Blockchain? Well, for example, if you have multiple people who have some kind of data, we're talking about multiple data sources then. And what MPC can do here is that they can preserve the privacy at that layer, take many multiple inputs, put it into a CK computation, and then produce some kind of output. So that could, for example, be with certain types of data monetization, where users they give consent to provide information, but they want to preserve the privacy. And then you can calculate all these analytics and statistics on the information and put out the output in the end, while totally preserve the privacy from the beginning. We also made an interesting use case where we worked together with a university about a digital COVID-19 passport, because normally when you would issue something like a corona passport with digital identity, you would just issue a credential that says I've been vaccinated, I'm negative, and maybe some other information. And then when you present that to the verifier, the only thing they will see is a QR code. They will scan it, they will verify it, but there might be a difficult situation here to actually verify that the person standing with the mobile phone is the one who got vaccinated or is negative. So with MPC, we built a use case where, along with a presentation of a credential, the verifier could also scan the face of the person presenting, and that face scan would be preserved privately as an input, and it will go into the MPC calculation, and it will be matched against a picture that rests as part of that credential. So suddenly we move beyond just presenting QR codes, and the verifier actually needs to rely on that person to be honest, to a situation where we can use different types of pictures, biometrics, while preserving the privacy to guarantee a match between the holder and the one actually presenting it. This is just one of the use cases for MPC and digital identity. There are many, many more. We are producing content that we are putting out on our Medium, where we'll take a deep dive into it. Also, why is this better than just having a bunch of zero knowledge proof? What is the kind of efficiency and scale you can achieve with MPC here? And as always, we are really interested in hearing about the different businesses that you, the community, want to build. So please come into our Discord, start a conversation with us, and reach out to us in various ways. I believe digital identity, self-sovereign identity, will play a key part in Web3 adoption. So it doesn't need to be a core part, a main part of an application, but it will certainly be implemented in somehow, because we talk everything from onboarding to whitelisting that will deeply be engraved into different regulations and compliance for mass adoption of Web3. So that was everything from me. I hope you enjoyed it, and looking forward to catch you on the other side. Bye bye.